So I was so kindly asked to share my LEDs on my Pirates of the Caribbean, which I greatly appreciate. I'd be happy to go through and tell you what I did. So most of the GI are Sunlight White Twin SMD Frosted from Comet Pinball. Pretty much every LED in here is a Twin SMD Frosted, just in different colors. But most of the GI is Sunlight White. You'll see some cyan there. And then there's some Sunlight White and cyan here. For the colored matched inserts, I used warm white for most of the yellows. And then I used amber for the bonus treasure because it was meant to look gold. So you can kind of see the difference there. It's kind of hard to tell, but the bonus treasure has a little bit more orange look to it. So I kind of like that because it kind of offset those really well. I used purple for Jack. I thought that was kind of neat. And Key is green, which is same as the green that's up there and the red that's up there. I will say I think it looks a little bit more extreme in person or on video than it is in person. I think in person it's a little bit more subdued. One thing I've done since the video that was referenced is I put a color changing LED on the ship and on the chest, which I think is kind of cool because it kind of goes from red to like a deep blue to like a green color. I think in the original video, so here's a deep blue, which looks really cool from a distance. And then it'll go to green, which I think looks really cool. I think in the original video I had warm white, so it's just changing the spotlights. There's the deep blue, which I think has a kind of cool color, and then you'll see the chest will change colors as well, going from like red to blue, so it's kind of gold, red right now. Another thing I did is I put an SMD strip underneath here of red for the chest, so when the chest opens up, it shows a real bright red behind it, which is kind of cool, but it also shows like a red below it. Another thing I did was I put an SMD strip in the drain, so you can see here, and I think Lure Mods offers some of those. Comet Pinball offers them, so there's some good stuff there. But most of the inserts are either color where they're clear, such as this, like green and purple, or they're just warm white. Because I felt warm white was probably the best color. So not everything is color matched. And I will say I replaced my pop bumper caps with clear as opposed to the red, because I felt like when they flash it looks a lot better than the red flash. I felt like it looked more like a sword fight to have clear. And you'll see that I used an 8 LED flasher across the board. So that flasher is the one I use everywhere. Again, it's from Comet Pinball. And you'll see I also added a SMD strip above the compass, which lights it up, which is really nice. So you can kind of see I just kind of stuck it underneath the board there, which lights it up really good. And of course I've got compass there. And then the most awesome mod there ever was, Maffle's airball deflector right here. So you can see it protects the air from air balls from the drop targets, which is what the video was showing that I originally posted. So if anybody's interested in an airball deflector, I'm going to shamelessly plug it in this video. It's right there, and it's really awesome. And from back here, all you see is all your cool toys and not that big hunk of blocky plastic that usually blocks them. And another thing is I kind of mixed cyan and warm white, or sorry, sunlight white across the back. And then there's a Lure Mods chest, which I like, and some little skull key rings I thought were kind of cool. So I think it looks really good and tastefully modded. So I'll kind of just run the camera through here so you can kind of see some of the colors and where I've done things. But again, most of the GI is sunlight white, just in certain colors. Right here underneath all that, because I wanted it to feel like you're walking the plank, I did that in a deep blue. But pretty much everywhere else you can see there's a lot of sunlight white. I'll kind of show through here and allow you to kind of see where everything is the best I can. I've still got the glass on, so you can see sunlight white through there, a couple hints of blue up here, sunlight white, and then there's the red SMD, and then sunlight white and a little mixture of cyan, and you can see there's cyan going down through the shooter lane there. And so kind of show you through here some more, so I'll kind of run this around. So if you got any questions, I'm happy to help. Very much enjoy the pinball community. Everybody helps me out, so I'm happy to help out. And I will say I also added a self-dimming back glass from, I think it's Arcade Upkeep. and so it's really, really cool. It's a LED solution to allow you to get rid of your fluorescent. So I'll hit start and show you what it does. So if you hit start, it will dim down, and you can see, so it just dimmed down so that it's easy to play, and it won't reflect as much, which is really cool. And of course, I got the color DMD, so you know, and Lure Mods, you know, chest back there, and then of course I got that compass from the little toy store. But then I got Mathwool's airball deflector, which is the most awesome mod of all time. And so anyways, that's what I did to my machine, and if you got any more questions, I'm happy to answer. Like I said, make sure, well, I don't know if I said this, just make sure you use non-ghosting LEDs, especially around the, and that's a reflection, around the compass, because otherwise some of these will flash, because when that guy flashes, some of these flash, or it may be one of these guys, I'm not sure, but whatever, something will cause that to flash. So again, what I used mainly throughout was Sunlight White twin SMDs from Comet, and then I would just use colors where I felt appropriate, such as cyan and some other places. So that's neat. Looks like those are kind of flickering in the video, even though in real life they're perfectly fine. I'm looking at them right now. But anyway, so that's some of the things I did to my PotC, and let me know if you got any further questions, and I definitely appreciate the comments. And if anybody is interested in an airball deflector to remove that big hunk of blocky plastic so that you have a nice clean looking PotC, let me know, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.